Good evening. I'm Michael Pappas with Channel 10 Gablevision Vancouver. There was a recent panel discussion in Vancouver. On the panel were doctors and other men associated with the AIDS problem. An overflow crowd attended, seeking information and other advice as to how to deal with the AIDS problem in Vancouver. On the panel that evening was Dr. Brian Willoughby, who explained.
AIDS, the disease we're here to talk about today, is a new phenomenon wherein people's ability to fight infection is defective.
They had brought in a person from the Gay Men's Health Crisis in New York City.
What brings me here is our concern over an epidemic that is killing gay men all over the world.
The doctors presented as much, I think, as they knew, and my recollection is they tried to be pretty scrupulous about what they didn't know.
So one of the things you can do to decrease your risk of contracting AIDS is to decrease the number of different sexual partners.
There was almost disbelief in the room that was something that we needed to do because it was a New York thing or a San Francisco thing. It wasn't a Vancouver thing.
The things we do know about it in terms of who suffers from it certainly suggest that it is some kind of infection.
We, the panel, talked for maybe about an hour, 10 or 15 minutes each, and then the floor was open for questions.
See, last year, hypocrisy was AIDS. This year, squaring around is AIDS. What's going to give us AIDS next year? This is my question.
Can I take this question? Going around, it doesn't give somebody AIDS. I mean, it does and it doesn't. In other words, every contact you have, you're increasing your opportunity of being infected if, in fact, this is a contagious agent, which has never been proved.
I believe there's some kind of tests being done on AIDS in Vancouver.
Attending that forum affected my life very, very distinctly, in as much as the concept of safe sex was introduced, and I started to practice safe sex, which is maybe perhaps one of the reasons that I'm still here today.
And probably the third or fourth person to get up had a French-Canadian accent.
A man went up to the mic. I only saw him from the back, and that was Gaeta.
The hepatitis vaccine, the new vaccine that is now offered to gay men, has been developed with gay men hepatitis. So therefore, anyone who would receive such vaccine could be exposed to AIDS.
It was a little difficult to understand exactly some of the concepts he was trying to convey, but what I appreciated about his interaction there was that he was standing up for himself.
So you shouldn't fear someone like AIDS or have symptoms of AIDS because there is no specific reason why you should get in contact with AIDS with an infectious agent.
It sort of took the tone, how can you sit up there advising people to have less sexual partners to avoid an infectious agent when you don't even know that this is caused by an infectious agent? Which, on face, is a valid question.
Like if you have a lover who has AIDS, and you don't have AIDS, and you don't have AIDS, what is the warning you give to people?
All studies indicate that, and it's not everybody, so there is a chance of risk involved. But the majority of the people are fairly promiscuous.
It wasn't my place to say, get him off the mic, but I could tell that that it was turning into not a public information session, but a kind of battle.
Speculation.
It got to the place where I thought, this is not really good. So I leaned over to Jeff Mains and said, you need to get him off the microphone soon, or he will destroy whatever good we may have done over the last hour with these questions.
It seems like there was a kind of a fear towards those people here that who could have the same film, or he had the same film, or he had the disease. You should fear those people, but you should, not necessarily fear those people.
And I think what was interesting about Gaetan's attitude towards that is that in a way he did not want to change his sexual behavior because there was no clear proof. And so again, I think because he was this target for so many people, he was saying to them, prove to me that this is how you get it, and then I'll change my behavior. But until you can prove that, I'm not going to change anything.
I remember after one medical setback, holding him in his apartment and him telling me that he wasn't afraid of being dead. He was just scared of dying. He never expressed any great sense that life had been unjust. He just seemed determined to make the best of whatever time he had left.